A very good, happy Wednesday morning to everyone out there. Landon here with you to bring you your weather forecast, courtesy of Ohio Valley Insurance. Jumping right into it, folks, high pressure, as you can see, still firmly located and has a firm grip across the entirety of the Wobbles community. We got some high-level wispy clouds. It's working east across the region this morning. It's creating quite the sunrise, but outside of that, that's not really going to be hanging around for too long. We're going to be looking at more sunshine breaking out as we work and we progress throughout the day. Wonderful looking sunrise. Looking over the Sexton Bill Bitter sky cam facing east from Gold City. Got some of the wispy high-level clouds we were just talking about meandering across the skies. Same can be said overlooking the Beech Tree News sky cam up in Morgantown. See a nice little sunrise there with the high levels clouds, if you will, present as well. Temperatures and dew points right around the same vicinity as what they were this time yesterday, right around the lower 50s. Absolutely wonderful out there this morning. The heat and humidity, folks, is going to start to really make a return beginning today, but it's really going to crank up late into the work week, throughout the weekend, even on into the early days of next week. We're going to be climbing roughly 30 degrees today. We'll have quite the span in regards to our low this morning and this afternoon. Many of us could be hitting right around the mid-80s for highs. Humidity is not going to be terrible today. That's the good news. But we will be looking at a return of those excessive heat and humidity level dew points and temperatures as the week wears on, all right? As previously mentioned, folks, high pressures in dominating fashion right across the lower Ohio Valley, and it's going to stay that way throughout today and tomorrow. Before we get an isolated storm chance, it's going to roll in here with a weak cold front as we finish out the work week, all right? So let's go ahead and let's get into the upper level pattern here, right around 18 to 20,000 feet up above our head. This trough that's been keeping the below average temperatures here across the region is finally pulling off and the east coast here. That's going to allow for this ridge begin to build in from the south central U.S. And you can see here, folks, working throughout Thursday and then into Friday, this monster ridge is just pinwheeling here and building, bringing the massive heat dome across the southern tier of the continental U.S., stretching on over into this direction as well. Now on Friday, what's going to occur is the orientation of this upper level ridge is going to result in a cold frontal boundary stretching from the north and east back up and off into the northern plains right here, right? It's going to be running right along the periphery of this large, expansive upper level ridge that's right here across the region. You can see some of these shortwave kinks, these little kinks in the curvature of those isobars showing the different pressure levels. That's going to meander down to the south and east, and that will be sparking off some hit, miss, shower, and storm chances. So this is how we're going to look here right around lunchtime on Friday. This is how the surface map is going to look in return. This is exactly what we showed you yesterday. The passing cold front will be bringing hit and miss, shower, and storm chances, all right? Moisture looks to be lacking quite a bit with this, so it's not going to be widespread by any means, but with hardly any rain, if any rain in the forecast outside of this small chance, hopefully we'll be able to squeeze out a little bit here before it's said and done. Getting back over here, folks, we'll go throughout the weekend, and then we go into the early days of next week, and just look at this expansive ridge now, shifting to the east over here, and keeping the massive heat dome in place for pretty much the entirety of next week. That large upper ridge here, folks, is going to keep the focus on these weather makers well off to our north and west, and it looks like keeping us dry as a bone by bringing that intense heat and humidity right into our vicinity, all right? So taking a look here over the next 6 to 10 days, we have got well above average temperatures that are forecast for this time of year. If you're going to be outdoors, folks, please be aware of what is in store for us. It's worth mentioning the Weather Prediction Center. You can see the thick red outlines. They've already outlined our area here over the course of the next week or so for numerous days with hazardous heat and humidity that will be arriving. So please take note of that. Outside of that, folks, the isolated rain and storm chance might throw down a trace of rainfall, maybe a tenth or two, but that should be about it. And with nothing else in the cards, hopefully we can get a little bit of this rain on the ground here despite the excessive amounts of rainfall that we have received here recently. Here's a full breakdown of your next 5-day weather forecast. Low to mid 80s today. We're going to have some high-level wispy clouds. Otherwise, it's going to be calm and subtle. And then the heat is on. Low and mid 90s Thursday into Friday, Saturday, on into Sunday, even into Monday of next week with just that isolated storm chance making an appearance both Friday and again on Monday with another little weak weather maker that'll be trying to roll in here from the west. That's going to wrap up your Wednesday morning hump day edition of your Weather and Odd Forecast presented by Ohio Valley Insurance. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Stay cool and dry out there. Have a blessed Wednesday.